This is LDA at the Dark. I want you to follow me as I begin to take you on a journey. But first, I want you to relax. Relax your mind. Relax your body. And I'm going to guide you. What I want you to do now is to lay back and begin to relax your mind. Take all the worries away, because I'm going to guide you slowly in relaxing your body. First, we're going to start from the top of your head. I want you to relax your face. Relax your neck. Relax your shoulders, your arms, and your hands. Now I'm going to ask you and tell you to relax your chest down to your stomach, down to your hips, down those thighs, ankles, and to your feet. When I count to 3, I want you to be completely relaxed. 1, relax. 2, relax. 3, relax. Now you're deeply relaxed and you're listening to every word that I tell you. Don't worry, we're about to start in a few minutes. The spiritual side of the game. Waiting for the connect. As soon as it connect, we will be ready to go. Don't worry, we're about to go to the spiritual side of the game. Don't worry, if you missed yesterday, you missed something very good. I'm waiting for the music to upload and we're ready to go. It says it's connected, so let's get the music rolling. If you're in the chat room and you enjoyed yesterday, the spiritual side of the game, you already know where we get. Just waiting for it to connect. Waiting for the music to connect. As soon as that music connect, it's on. But if you're here, thank you for showing up. The spiritual side of the game. We're ready to go, 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 go. What I may do is do this. 1, 2, 2. If you can hear me in the chat room, let me know. Let's get it going. If you can hear the music, let me know in the chat room. Thinking class is ready to go. Go, go, go. Let's go. Let me know in the chat room if you can hear me loud and clear. Hear the music loud and clear. Let's get ready to go. Let's get ready to elevate. The thinking class is ready to go. Let me know in the chat room. You can hear the music. You can hear me loud and clear. Loud and clear. That's what I want to hear. The thinking class is ready to go. Go, go, go. Let's get it. Shout out to Sigma, Viking Paradigm, Dre, William. Who else am I missing? Okay, William, JB, Trap in the house. Let's go. If you missed yesterday, you missed it yesterday. It was crazy. Let's go. Shout out to everybody on the Facebook side. Shout out to everybody on the YouTube side. You need to check out that video I just put up on YouTube. It's a Patreon exclusive, but I just gave a snippet of what we talked about. That's for grown folks. It's mature content only. Sending blessings to you. Shout out to Alfred Kingdom in the place. Like that beat? Yes, the beats are pumping. Come on. Respect. Much respect to you. Let's get it. The spiritual side of the game. Wait a minute. Let's bring it back. Let's go. Let's go. 1, 2, hit it. Yeah, they ain't ready for this. The spiritual side of the game.
30 hertz straight up.
Woo! Hey. Let's get it. It's Wednesday. Hey. Hey. It's Wednesday. Hey. 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 Okay. A little light. Let's get some light in this. There we go. Let's go. Let's go. Hey, shout out to Jonathan W. Thinking class is ready to go. Let's go. You missed yesterday. You missed. It was bananas again yesterday. So no telling what's going to happen today. So you know what I'm going to do? Start with my dialogue, monologue, what it's called, at the beginning. And then we're going to follow where we need to go. Smooth. That's a smooth, saucy beat, LDA. It's not mine. I'm going to be honest. It's not mine. It's a nice beat, but it ain't mine. It ain't mine, but it's nice. So as you always know, we're talking about the spiritual side of the game. And every time we talk about the spiritual side of the game, what happens? The spirit shows up. Yesterday was good. Yep, yesterday I watched the video, but I was also in the chat. The lady seemed to like my firefighter skills after you got off the stream. Oh yeah, respect Joe Blaster and Foster. Yeah, the video I just posted is Patreon only. I got a little part of it up. You didn't want to miss it. Shout out to True Savage, JB, the Enforcer, Joe Blast. If you missed yesterday, you missed a good show. And I just posted something this morning. You guys want to check that out? Yeah, something was special yesterday. I don't know what's going on between Thursday, Friday, yesterday, and what's going on. We're when we talk about the spirit, it actually shows up. So let's get going. Let's get going on what we're talking about. So we know we're going to always lay down a foundation. So the foundation that we're going to lay down is that game is what? Strategies. Strategy. The other thing we're going to talk about, if game is strategy, you also know that game solves problems. And if game solves problems, then we also know that if we tap into the spirit or the spiritual side of the game, what's going to happen? If we tap into the spiritual side of the game, what's going to happen? We're going to get solve problems and get strategies that are unknown to the common man or woman. That means we get information that's not revealed to the regular person. So like Sigma just said, we get an upload from the other side. When I mean the other side, the spiritual side, and we're not talking about the devils and demons and all like that. We're talking about actual upload information that will put you strategically ahead of all your competition. Why am I talking about the spiritual side of the game? Because the spiritual side of the game actually steps you into the place where you can be a forerunner in everything that you do. Relationship wise, money wise, what else? Anything you're doing, you have insight. You'll be privy to information that others wouldn't have. And if you watch what we're doing, there was a video that I did. It's a video that I did, I think with Alfie, when we were on a panel, and it was information I had on a particular individual that no one else had. And it wasn't that I was trying to get the information just dropped, download right into me. So the same thing happens when you tap into the spiritual side of the game. The spiritual side of the game is to give you the foot up, the heads up on how to move strategically in this side of the realm. Let me say that again. The spiritual side of the game is to give you the heads up or give you the foot up on how to handle situations, problems, and concerns or whatever they may be. From a spiritual place, which is a higher vibration and not from a lower vibration. So I think a lot of times people miss that when they talk about when you're talking about the spiritual side of the game. The spiritual side of the game is to give you the heads up so that you win. And as we said here, the most important thing about the spiritual side of the game is to get you to win. When you tap into the spiritual side of the game, as you seen yesterday, there's no way Jono or none of us would know about mothers unless we had tapped into the spiritual side of the game and got the information and related to the people who needed it. That's the spiritual side of the game. And we're not talking about playing games on people, manipulation or anything like that. We're talking about the spiritual side of the game where it's pure, and when it's the spiritual side of the game, it's designed to help the individual elevate to another level. Jono, what's going on, bro?
How's it going?
Good. Yo, what's Ted is in the place. So I want you to really get, when we talk about the spiritual side of the game, it is for you to get not just game to deal with women, deal with money, deal with that. It's to put you in such a place that you're vibrating at a different level, a frequency that you get information or game from the other side. I know you got something to say, Jono.
Sure. When you have a car, you have 4, 6, 8 cylinders, but many times people only operate with half or less than half of the power that the car can really have. And we have to really understand the mind is the same way. In your physical state, you only fire with maybe, if you're an 8-cylinder, you only following with four of those cylinders. So if you tap into your true spiritual nature, you'll be firing on all cylinders. And that's like a saying that I heard. So what we have to realize is get your full potential exposed, and so that you can do what you need to do to get the job done, and you won't have to be thinking about where all the answers will come from. Connections are made sometimes on the back end. I'm a programmer, so I have to do a lot of back end work to show the beauty or the finished product. But there's a lot of back end work, and spiritual work is the back end work you need.
So I think a lot of people need to understand, if you can work the back end work of the spiritual side of the game, it would affect the front end work we were attempting to talk about yesterday. It would affect the front end work of your game. And one of the tools that you can use that we haven't talked about here, but it's pretty much known, but it's going to be known again, is through meditation and actually going into a, we can say state, and I'm not going to go too far with that, where you begin to move things around. As I would talk to my friend, where things you begin to move things around. I tell my friend Angie and Faye, I'm about to go move some furniture. She's like, what? When I'm talking about moving furniture, I'm moving things around on the back end, right? So that what? It can affect the front end. So look, what's going on, Miss Wright? What's going on? No time, no see. So a lot of you guys need to go move furniture on the back end, on the spiritual end, so they can affect the front end what? Of what's going on in your life. That's the spiritual side of the game.
It's true. I kind of feel like affirmation is you working in the physical realm and repeating to yourself and programming yourself in the physical realm. But meditation is you programming the spiritual world.
Whoa. Say that again. Let me drop the music on that. Say that again.
When you make affirmations, when you do the repeated actions of positivity and what's going on in your life, those are the instructions you need in the physical realm. When you say, I am rich, I am well, I am successful. When you repeat the affirmations, I am that house, I am that car, I am that successful relationship, that successful business venture. When you make these affirmations, that's you programming the physical realm. But when you meditate, you close your mouth, close your eyes, and you go within, and you start to see the vision itself. You start to see completeness itself. You start to see success itself. You're programming the subconscious. And those are two separate actions. And we told you that they both have to be done. You can't just walk around thinking one is going to work. My vision board is the only thing on the top of the wall there, and I don't need anything else. No, you have to do the work.
Right, you guys are getting it. But meditation is the tool to say that again. So I want them to really get that meditation tool that you gave. It does what?
Meditation programs the subconscious.
Whoa.
In the spiritual world, your spiritual world.
And that's where, so I know a lot of people say, well, how do you meditate? How do you do that? That's a Patreon. Because we can walk you through a treatment, that's what it's called actually, and about meditation. But meditation, what? It actually programs the subconscious, the spiritual side of the game.
It's true. And what you have to do is there's a transition. We talked about, that sleepy state before you actually fall asleep. That's a level. And what happens is you have to take your affirmations and transition them into meditation. So that way there's a safe passage into that state that you are in a concentrated state within the subconscious. And if you can bring items from the physical into the subconscious safely, we do it literally unconsciously sometimes by what we eat, by what we say, by our last conversation with somebody. We bring things unconsciously into the subconscious world, and it causes negativity. It causes toxicity in your mind. What we're trying to help you do is change that thought. Go from the physical, which is affirmation, then take it down to the next level of meditation and move that into subconscious, and you will properly program the subconscious. And that's what we need to do. We need a better relationship with our inner self. Okay, you are your inner self 8 hours a day. We told you before, you are forced to be in that state, whether you like it or not. You can stay up for 24 hours, you can stay up for 48 hours, but at some point, you are forced into the sleep state, and the sleep state is your inner conscious. Why not give it its fair share every day? And while you're there, program it properly.
That's it right there. So are you going within? I had a track, man. I did it, but I lost the track on one of my iPads, and it was called "Go Within" or "You Must Go Within." But the quote that we know, Jono, is "Go within or do without." So a lot of times you haven't went within. You haven't. Wow! Before we got to announce this, man. I just seen a big red come on. Look at. Shout out to NC, my dude. I respect the fact that a fit and shape OG like you can keep your cool like Jordan in the game. 6, it's not easy dealing with other people at times. We appreciate you, Jono, and Jono's knowledge. We need to take time and digest this family. Shout out to you, NC Evo, NYC Evolved 88. Shout out to you. Respect to you. I respect the fact that a fit shape OG like you can keep your cool like Jordan in game 6. It's not easy dealing with our people at times. We appreciate you and Jono's knowledge. We need to take time and digest this family. Shout out to you for that super chat right there, bro.
It's true. I can speak on that for just one statement, but I want to bring up a verse of scripture if I can. A verse of scripture that is so fitting. And I thought about it. I was like, well, you know what? We could conversate about a certain subject matter, and I felt like, you know what? We could just move on and we could just be who we are. And then I said, you know what? But I'm still thinking about it. I'm wrestling with it. Let me see what I could do. And I looked it up and I got the perfect scripture. The perfect scripture came up.
Come on, get the scripture, man. Get the scripture.
It was Ephesians 4:27.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna pull that up real quick. I want to see your reaction before I say it.
I got to cut the music on this one, but I'm gonna see what it is.
Pull it up.
Ephesians 4:27, right?
Yep. 4:27. Just pull it up. Any Bible.
I'm looking for it now.
KJV more preferred.
Oh Lord Jesus! I see it now. I see it now. I see it now. I had to drop the music on now.
Guess what? Ephesians 4, and I gave you a chance for everybody else to take a look at it first, right? Ephesians 4:37 says, never, neither. It says neither. In other versions, it says never. Neither give place to the devil.
Aye.
The reason why it says neither is because you have a choice. You have a choice to give place to what can ruin your day and what can ruin your situation. Okay? There are things that are literally trying to pull at your door. There's literal things that are trying to affect your environment, and you don't have to give place to it. There's a specific verse that says, don't do it.
Neither give place to the devil.
You have to look at it like that. You have to say, when things come in your perimeter, you have to deal with them. Now, I know Psalms 118. Let me look it up. I just want to make sure. There's another verse of scripture that tells you specifically when you will deal with them, if it needs to be. This one's even more powerful.
Y'all getting the spiritual side of the game.
Let me see here.
Getting the spiritual side of the game.
Pull it up real quick.
There you go, Dre. Facts, you have to choose between having a great day or a bad day. We choose.
Yeah. Remember, you're here to have an experience that you report back. Okay. And excuse my I got to correct the verse. It's Psalms 23. Psalms 23.
Mm-hmm.
Says,
Uh-huh.
you pull that up?
Oh, go ahead, because I know that I should know it by heart.
Yeah, this is the one we try to, if you don't have to be, Christian religious, spiritual, yes, but Christian religious people tend to gravitate to Psalms 23. And Psalms 23 talks about you will have to sit at the table with your enemy. Okay. And what happens in Psalms 23 is, I'm going to go right to the verse, which is verse 5. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemy.
Whoa.
Think about it like that. Think about that. If there is a specific place and a time for it to be dealt with, thou preparest a table, which means there's going to be a time that will be prepared that you won't have to immediately respond to anybody's BS. Okay, the table's going to be prepared in the presence of your enemies. We always talk about, our blessings running over. We always talk about our garage running over. That's something that Reverend Knight used to say. There's all these things running over. This is the scripture we're talking about right here. The table is prepared in the presence of your enemies, but thou art with me. He's with you. Thou anointest my head with oil, which means you're going to go in with an aura and a glow. And you are already the winner. And guess what? You won't only have what you're supposed to have, but your cup will runneth over. Which means when you have to deal with your enemies, it's their demise, it's not yours. So don't give place to the devil. Okay? And the devil is not this fictitious character sitting in the pit with fire. No, the devil is the other side of you. The devil is the other side of you. Because a creator created everything. Why wouldn't he have created the devil? I know that's a whole other teaching. But the issue is he gave you the choice. The devil's the choice. Your enemies are the choice. You have the victory. So guess what? You will have a chance to move forward by dealing with those things because your character is built. And you can be tested by what your enemies try. You can ignore them because you know what value it places on your situation. You let it stretch it out. Let it stress you out, then the enemies have won. You let things happen that will take away from your plan, the enemy has won. Do you think the devil and the enemies deserve more time than they deserve? No. So we use it as a teaching moment to rise up and be who we were always meant to be. And I'm happy. You know why? I think he's a comedian, Country Wayne. I'm blessed. I'm not stressed. I don't need to be stressed. I'm blessed.
I didn't never, man. When you said when you sit down, what?
At the table.
At the table of your what?
The enemies.
Enemy. It's you and them, and you just you. There's no difference between you and them, but you're sitting at the what? Table.
Telling you.
Y'all, man, y'all, why y'all do this? Got John turned up.
And that's the thing. I like it to be a teaching moment because we're talking about the spiritual side of things. The spiritual side of things is very important because we could take the physical and do a lot of things. Okay. And it will have an impact. I'm not saying it won't. We could hit live, we could post a video, throw up some comments, definitely, stir the pot. Is it worth it? Because when it's time to be dealt with, it'll be dealt with. And it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Because sometimes you are presented with your enemies or the devil because you got to deal with something on the inside of you. There is no connection with that other entity, with your inner self. Sometimes it's time to awaken the inner self to get the answer.
Mm. You Apostle John speak the gospel.
No, it's true.
Y'all better catch what's being said. Because if we're talking about the spiritual side of the game, and he's saying that there's neither get place to the enemy, and that you sit it at the table, what? Spread before your enemies. There's something, this is for someone, once again, here we go. It's for somebody that's watching who needs to hear this. Because you're in a midst, you're in the place where you're in the midst of seemingly enemies that you need to confront really inside of you.
It's true. I like 4. What? I will fear no evil.
Mm.
For thou art with me. Can't fear. And we're not trying to tell you to go to church right now. We're trying to tell you to read the words, because that's the affirmation. That's an affirmation. That's not meditation. That's an affirmation. If you read, I fear no evil, thou art with me. Who's thou art?
Who is thou art?
The inner you.
Enter you.
It's inside you already. You want to call it God, you want to call it spirit, you want to call it subconscious, you want to call it inner thought. It's all inside. Doesn't matter who it is. You can label it on every religious level, but every one of them got the same thing. It's got to be some consistency to it. Okay, you worship the sun. The sun, you soak up the sun. It's inside you, so it's the same thing. Okay, when we talk about spirit, we're talking about the inner you. Okay, and don't confuse the inner me with the enemy.
Mm. Whoa! Say that again.
Don't confuse the inner me with the enemy. I will fear no evil, for thou art with me.
True Sabbath hit it right there. They're hitting you.
Exactly. It has a veil over it. The only way you can uncover that veil is through what we told you, meditation. But there has to be a proper transition. While we're talking right now, the reason why you join these broadcasts, the reason why we're together, we're affirming our stance on being part of the thinking class. That is what we're doing. And if anybody feels differently, then just not part.
You only what vibe or what? Your tribe.
Exactly. We vibe with our tribe.
We
So
vibe with our tribe.
Whatever you see somewhere else, remember, even somebody in our perimeter, they will speak. They're gonna say, "Oh, that's not good." Oh, okay. See, just like we had a comment that came in with the super chat. It has a place. And if you don't, let's just say this, if you don't put your attention toward the right direction, you're going to get the wrong message. We need to have the proper message conveyed. So when you contribute toward this platform, it means you agree. And if you give place to it, whatever that otherness is, it's just going to fester and grow. So we don't choose to do that. I choose to teach. I choose to make it a teaching moment and continue to understand that we are building something here, and the value of it is predicate of the results.
Wait a minute. Do we have results?
Oh,
wait a minute. I need the thinking classes. I need the thinking class in the chat room. If you have gotten results from what we have talked about, let us know in the chat room. I didn't say result. I didn't say resonate. I said results. Let us know in the chat room right now, because it's something. Come on. You got me pull up the. If you got a toenail worth of results, you got a toenail.
Even when your enemies or your devils present themselves, you attracted it. You attracted it. Take responsibility. Take responsibility, because at that point, the paradigm shift is happening. The pivot we talked about is happening. You know what? The enemy don't like you pivoting in the right direction. So you will then have a chance to decide whether to go in the right direction or the direction of the enemy. And last time I looked, siding with the enemy never worked out for you. It usually works out for them.
It's giving the energy to the wrong. If we look at the enemy, if we were to say this, the enemy is giving thought. It's giving energy to the wrong thought. Wow, another super chat. Look at another 14. I remember when a person got aligned with LDA, and then 20 minutes later, they were calling him a king and saying how attractive they found him on his pictures. Prepare a table. True story.
Look at that.
I can't make it up.
Thank you, NYC Evolve.
Yeah. I remember when a person got aligned with LDA, and then 20 minutes later, they were calling him a what? A king, and saying how attractive they found him on his pictures. Prepare a table. True story.
The only thing that's getting prepared for at that moment, when you don't address it, they're just preparing to look more like a fool. It's okay. We won't be fooled. When we don't address it, the only fool is going to be left is the one that's left at the table.
Because we eating good over here. If you think about it, let you know when a plane is about to go from one atmosphere to the next, or he's landed off, he has to what? Transcend the clouds and go into a place where he can fly higher without turbulence. You might have a little bit, but the turbulence ain't the same. You got to realize what's happening here with the thinking class. We're pulling you out of the regular realm or frequency, but into a place where you can ride above turbulence and get to your destination. I guess this music's trying to help me preach.
I mean, I saw two pictures just now. You could either be an eagle and fly at the heights that other birds can't fly, be a spy drone that can only be up in the air for 10 minutes and have to land because you were out there thinking you was something and you weren't really a bird. You weren't really meant to be up there. Geese could fly for miles in the groups they make, and the leader changes positions to keep the group going. So the tired ones go to the end. The most fit go to the front. Geese know how to do it. They're technically heavier than their ability to fly. Are you a spy drone peeking in every 10 minutes? Or are you an eagle flying high above the BS? You choose. Choose you this day.
And this is the thing. This is, let me say this. John, I've been knowing from you, I think, for over 10 years plus. This is how I am for real, on air and off air. So I want you to realize that thinking class, the reason why we're talking about the spiritual side of the game, because we want you to elevate above the turbulence. And we're not looking for followers. We're looking for you to be a what? Leader. That's real player stuff. That's good right there.
I feel so much, I feel like a person should have more to do than live somebody else's life.
Say that again.
A person should have more to do than live somebody else's life. And when you go this far, you should know that you're living somebody else's life. You should literally not live your life as a copycat. I'm talking to somebody right now specifically. Your own individuality is stained because you spend so much time on somebody else's life. You don't even have a name, especially if your name is made up from other famous people. But it's okay. Doesn't have any impact on us. What you need to think about is, the only person who might look in the mirror is a vampire, right? It sucks the life out of everything else. You gotta think, why? You think you need to take the life out of something else instead of bringing life to yourself. And I really pray for that situation, that you figure it out.
I was thinking about that. I went to the park today and went to go look at this Cleveland sign, and this thought came to mind. Who are we calling me? We ain't gonna talk to you right now. Messing up my organ. I had this thought today. When you're in abundance, other people's situation means nothing to you. When you have an abundance mindset, other people's stuff, situations, and concerns mean nothing to you. It is when you get into the place of lack that you begin to scratch and crawl and just looking out of the window and finding things wrong with other people. But I'm just talking.
Yeah. It's so easy. It's so easy to get to the negative. It's so easy because so much temptation is out there. But what you have to do is do the work of getting back to you. When you start looking outside of you, that's literally not you. Why would the solution come from something outside of you? And that's the thing. If things are not going well, and you start pushing to the negative and pushing to the, this person's doing this and this person's doing that, you're not taking responsibility. And you need to take responsibility. That's the only way you're gonna get back on track. You will not get back on track until you start doing you. And when you wake up in the morning and you think about who I'm gonna copy next, who I'm gonna be like next, or mention words that are catchphrases for somebody else without giving them credit, or taking somebody's catchphrases and turn them against them, what happens is you are literally giving more presence to the thing you're trying to fight than the thing you're trying to beat. So thank you. Thank you so much. Because once again, we can accept winning. Verse 6 says, surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. Goodness and mercy.
All the days. Not some of the days.
Not tomorrow, not just next week. All the days.
All the days.
We're fine with that. We appreciate it. Thanks for the love. Really appreciate it.
You don't understand how happy I am. John will be going in. Said Apostle John. I like that. I caught what you said. So when you live that abundant life, you don't have to worry about nobody else. It's when you get into that thought pattern of what? Lack.
And that's what we have to address, because everybody in the thinking class should be without lack. We're putting you on the right track. You shouldn't be in lack when you're on the right track.
Uh-oh, that's a phrase. You should not be in lack when you're on the right track. They need to be put in the chat room. For all those who are listening, you should not be in lack if you're on the right track. I want to tell them to come down. Come on down. Come on down. You shouldn't be in what? Lack? If you're on the right track. Often imitated, but never duplicated.
Some people, you ever remember carbon paper from the back in the day?
Right.
Remember that blue paper that you would put behind a sheet?
Yeah.
So when you wrote something, you might get a carbon copy. That's where carbon copy comes from. Actual carbon paper would transfer from the page you're on to the next page. But was it a good copy? It was never a good copy. You knew it was a bad copy. And some people don't want to get copyrighted. So that's why they don't put the exact name. But when you use slick, switches in the terminology and in the names, you know what their attempt was, and it's almost like they're trolling themselves.
Because you meet nobody but what?
Yourself.
Uh-oh. You meet nobody. You shouldn't be in lack when you're on the right track. You only meet yourself and others. And if the others irritate you, it's really you.
Put yourself in a position of winning. Okay? If you can put yourself in a position of winning, you will know that you don't have to use somebody else's momentum to be who you are.
If you notice something, John? Oh, I'm feeding back. I don't know why. It's first time. You notice that we celebrate other people?
Absolutely. Give honor where honors due.
We celebrate. We may not agree with everything, but we celebrate.
You know what I celebrate? I celebrate when I see success. And if it resonates with me, then I think I have a responsibility to continue the chain. I want to make sure my connection is connected on both ends. I'm part of a link. When we talked about the link, we're part of a link where we are responsible to take the right words and connect them with the people who haven't heard them. And I think that doesn't just come from what comes out of my mouth. It comes from wherever I heard it.
That's it. The point I'm trying to share today, body health, mind health, spiritual health. Too many have been tricked into neglecting the God-given avatar for our soul. Doing so makes you suffer like I was. See?
That's powerful right there. It's powerful.
That's why we're talking about
a whole complete person. You're a whole complete person with many, 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 many facets. You must have control over them. You can't just be walking around thinking, oh, well, I'm going to take care of my diet today. Oh, I'm going to take care of my spirit today. Oh, I'm going to take care of my physical today. Oh, I'm going to take care of my intimacy needs. Oh, I'm going to take care of my money needs. Oh, no. What you need to do is have a plan to address everything. Every time you have lack, you're off the track.
This is for someone. I'm giving y'all one from the old school. If was a fifth, we'll all be drunk. Meditate on that. Woo, that's good right there. But as we're saying this is for someone who needed to hear this. Because if anything we're trying to get you to unpack your bags so that you can go higher.
Drop some weight. We don't, and some people it's physical, some people it's mental, some people it's past, some people it's hoarding, When I say hoarding, I'm talking about carrying too much that doesn't have a purpose. You know, I have a ritual, and I mean, people think I'm crazy sometimes. Every couple of years or so, I literally, it takes me about a year or two to push everything into my garage. And if I haven't touched it in a year, in about a year, I call a dumpster. I just throw it out. I don't care what's in there. Because if I ain't touch it in a year, it's out the door. You got to cut the baggage. Yeah, yes, it may cost me more money because I didn't throw it in the regular garbage. Maybe it's a large item that maybe can't fit in the regular garbage. But for me, it's a ritual. It's like, you know, when you don't need something, when you've had it more than a year, ain't touch it. What are you waiting for? That tuxedo. You know, I know tuxedo's expensive, but guess what? You don't think that the universe will make room for you to get what you want when it's time to get it? Because if you ain't feel like wearing it for the year, it's literally disconnected from you. And if you have something that you've had for 7 years, you literally have become another person physically. Every cell in your body has changed over to a new cell. If you haven't touched something in 7 years, you definitely need to get rid of it. I don't care if it's sitting on the shelf and you're celebrating it, honoring it. No, it's taking up place in your life, and you haven't gotten rid of it here. So that's why you can't find a new place for it physically.
Well, that's the spiritual side of the game right there.
I'm gonna preach about that till the cows come home. You need to make room in your mind for declutter. Get that stuff out of there.
You need to make room in your mind for your next. This is for somebody. I don't know. This is for somebody. If this is for you, let us know in the chat room. This what was today was for someone. It was pointed right at you. Talking about the spiritual side of the game. Someone needed to hear this because it was lost, and we're trying to get you back found. You got to realize where you sitting at. What? And goodness and mercy shall follow you all the days of your life. Man, why we every day, man? It's game church, the church of game. But this is for somebody. This is for somebody. This is for someone. I need you to put a number 2 in the chat room if this is for you. A number 2 in the chat room if this is for you. A number 2 in the chat room if this resonated, if this is for you. There we go. As we would say in the words of I call him my grandfather, you can't lose with the stuff we use. This is your day. NC Evolved 88 says you need to make room in your mind. You see that? You've been given today, bro.
We appreciate it.
Appreciate it greatly. Greatly. Because it shows that you're putting your money where your mind is, and you put your mind on your money because you value what you heard through the thinking class. And guess what's going to happen for you, NYC? That's right, I'm open to receive. Because of your giving, you have opened some doors for you, NYC. There are some things that you wanted. It's got to open for you. You can't give to this platform and then not return back to you what? Multiplication. Because John has been talking about multiplication since he came on here. I had to remove the apostle robe and get fire in here. You got to understand, you cannot give and not multiply back to you in multiple ways. It had to happen. I was an M4 whore. That's why I know so much. I'm sharing it now because I compelled to make room and free others' mind. Come on. I'm open to receive.
You see, that's a good example. If you're an info hoarder, that means you take it and store it and haven't used it. And by sharing that information, you are using it. So now you can't throw it away, but you must share it. And that's the best part about it. I love that statement, Viking.
Mm-hmm.
Take the information you have and share it. It's not supposed to be hauled off in a book. I have a whole row of shelves behind me. It's about 20 feet long. It's full of things, but I don't keep anything on those shelves I don't use. I'm constantly going up and down on the shelves. I have my tools. I have my books. I have my references, my media, my everything I need right behind me so I can have it at a moment's glance and a moment's use. I can literally reach behind me and grab something off the shelf if I wanted to. That's the way you use the storage in your life. It should be literally at a hand's grasp. If it's stored away in a box in the garage or whatever, you're not using it. And if somebody else could use it, you're doing yourself even double disservice by keeping it to yourself and not giving it to somebody else.
There's so much bull I have stored in my mind that's useless. I need six or seven mental U-Hauls trucks to take it away. Thanks, Lawrence and Jono. That's what we're doing. The U-Haul truck is at your door, at your mental door, because we want you to understand the spiritual side of the game. If you're clogged mentally, the spiritual side of the game is going to be clogged trying to get out from the spiritual side to the what? Natural side. So once again, we're at the 1:30. This was for someone. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you so much. If anything that I can say, Jono can say, we appreciate all the super chats. Thank you for what you're doing. Thank you for giving. Am I too late? Whoa, Raining Woman, am I too late? Oh, wow. We're right at 1:30. But for you, just for you, let me say this. Woo. Raining Woman, am I too late? Yes, you are late. I'm just listening, that's all. Raining Woman, there's something for you. I don't like doing that, so I'm not going to say that. Woo. Catch the replay. But yeah, there's something for you, Raining Woman. I've seen you around the YouTube streets. I've never seen you in person, so I don't know anything what I'm about to say. But I will say this, Raining Woman. something in your diet needs to change. That can be your mental diet, your spiritual diet, and your actual physical diet. But something in your diet on which you're digesting on the spiritual level, on the physical level, and on a mental level has to change because of because of some desires that you have. And the diet that you digested now would not allow you to sustain you from where you need to go. So reigning woman, that was for you because we're about to go. If that's resonating with you, if you're like, oh, you know what, you're on point, you're not on point, let us know in the chat room. This music makes me want to. Reigning woman, we waiting on you. So when she responds, we can get ready to go. But John, man, what a great show, man. The spiritual side of the game. The spiritual side of the game. The side that is so neglected in this, I don't want to say space, in this side of the, what we can say is so neglected. So we got a lot of people. Wow. Can't make this up, can we? If you're in a cocoon mode, that means what? You're in a transformation. And with the caterpillar ate, the what? Butterfly eats different. They don't eat the same thing.
True.
Because of the nourishment that it needs. One is to get you to the cocoon. The other one is to get you out of the cocoon so that you can fly. Trying to go, John. Trying to go. Trying to go. But that one's for you. If you're the cocoon mode, your diet has to change because of where you're about to go, because you're about to fly. Anything you got, Jono, so we can roll out of this one?
I think we are good to go.
Think we good to go? We can roll out. We can roll out. I want to thank everybody for coming to the thinking class and everything that we do. We appreciate everyone that comes through. Please understand the thinking class is so big that it is beyond mental diet. I fast a lot and have a very healthy diet. It's an imperative that I monitor that what I feed my mind, protect my spirit and energy. There we go. Well, that was for you, reigning woman. And we're about to leave. I might have to put the lion on because it's been you went in today with that one.
The Spirit told me to.
We out of here. Come on, let's go. Hey. Spiritual side of the game. Lawrence C. Adams, Jono. Get it. Hey.
Okay.
Uh-oh. She trying to make us pull back, man. Why she doing that, Jono? Trying to leave, you reigning woman. We got her trying to go. I was asking God for some spirit, for something deeper spiritual. Change the diet, mental diet, and you will go deeper. We gotta go, man. Gotta go.